All right, let's talk about the one skill that can truly make or break a manager: effective communication. We're going to dive into what that really looks like when it's done right.
So let me ask you something, and be honest. Do you ever have those moments where you feel like you're talking, but the message just isn't getting through? You know, that little gap between what you meant to say and what your team actually heard? Yeah, you're not the only one. It's a super common challenge.
And you know, closing that gap is absolutely critical. Because every single conversation, every email, every meeting, it's more than just sharing information. It's a moment. A moment where you're either building up trust and influence, or you're letting it chip away.
So the big question is, how do you get this right? How do you master it? Well, it looks like there's a structured path, a 2-day journey designed to completely transform not just how you talk, but your entire impact as a leader.
Let's break down what that journey looks like. Day 1 is all about building a solid foundation. You start with the basic tools, then you understand the actual process of communication, and from there you start layering on core and even advanced skills. Think of it like building the strong base camp you need before you can climb the mountain. And one of those core skills is a big one: emotional intelligence. And trust me, this is way more than just a corporate buzzword. It's the real ability to tune into the emotions of your team, and your own, by the way. It can be as simple as hearing the stress in someone's voice and just acknowledging it. That one little thing can build the trust you need to get things done. And then there's this really powerful technique called outcome thinking. The whole idea here is to kill aimless meetings and pointless chats for good. Before you even start a conversation, you learn to ask yourself one question: what do I actually want to happen as a result of this? Just doing that makes every single interaction so much more purposeful.
Okay, so once that foundation is set, day 2 is where things get really interesting. This is where you level up and start mastering influence. We're moving beyond just clear communication and into things like strategy, handling tough conflicts, and really steering your team with confidence.
And what's so important here is that this is not some one-size-fits-all cookie-cutter approach. No way. The goal is for you to build a strategy for influencing people that actually feels natural to you and your personality. That way, you have the tools to handle those really tricky situations that every manager dreads.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. 2 days? Is this just going to be death by PowerPoint? Let me just stop you right there. This is the complete opposite of a dry lecture. It's all about practice, practice, practice. It's a hands-on workshop where you learn by actually doing.
So how do they pull that off? Well, it's this awesome mix of methods. You're going to be working through real-world case studies, doing interactive role-playing, jumping into forum discussions, and even doing team exercises. It's all designed to be active and engaging so you can use these skills the very next day at work. I mean, just look at the difference here. It's night and day, right? On one side, you've got all the stuff managers hate dealing with: conflicts, bad morale, missed deadlines, all because of fuzzy communication. But then, look at the other side. With effective communication, that all transforms into clear goals, trust, and a motivated team that actually wins. That's the payoff we're talking about. So, who is this really for? It seems perfectly tailored for middle and senior managers. You know, the people who are right in the thick of it every single day. The leaders who have to lead, influence, and genuinely inspire their teams to do great work.
When you boil it all down, the goal is pretty simple, but it's also incredibly profound. It's about making that leap from just being a manager, someone who hands out tasks, to becoming a true influencer, a leader people want to follow.
So I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Seriously, take a second and imagine it. What could you really, truly achieve if you had a team that was completely on the same page with you, totally motivated because they understood your vision perfectly? What would that unlock?